Good morning, students. Today's our topic is definite integral with 4 standard result having limit 0 to pi by 2. Let's find out its our first formula. Rule to evaluate limit 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to power nx dx or 0 to pi by 2 cos raised to power nx dx, where n is any positive integer. Let's take first 0 to pi by 2 sine x raised to power n dx. Now, solution of this definite integral with limit x equal to 0 to x equal to pi by 2 is n minus 1, n minus 3 and up to positive factor, last positive factor upon n, n minus 2, n minus 4 up to last positive factor. Here we take n odd positive integer. If n is odd positive integer, then this definite integral of sine x raised to power n dx is n minus 1, n minus 3, next n minus 5 and so on up to the last your positive factor, and in the denominator you have n, n minus 2, n minus 4 and so on up to the last positive factor. Similarly, for cos raised to power nx, again n is positive odd integer. Integration of this is n, n minus 3, so on positive factor n, n minus 2, n minus 4 up to positive factor. So, in summary, to summarize this, we write if n is odd integer, odd positive integer, then 0 to pi by 2 sine nx dx, 0 to pi by 2 cos nx, cos x raised to power n dx is equal to n minus 1 go on decreasing by 2 as long as positive factor. Upon n and again go on decreasing by 2 so long as positive factor. Right. So, in case you have sine sine x raised to power n dx, within this definite integral x equal to 0 to x equal to pi by 2. Remember here lower limit should be 0 and upper limit should be pi by 2. Then value of this integral is calculated by this n minus 1 and go on decreasing by 2, means n minus 1, n minus 3, n minus 5 and so on up to the last positive factor, and divided by n, again go on decreasing by 2 so long as your last positive factor comes. Now, next when n is positive even integer. So, when n is positive even integers 0 to pi by 2, again within the lower limit x equal to 0 and upper limit x equal to pi by 2, again n minus 1 go on decreasing by 2 so long as positive factor divided by n go on decreasing by 2 so long as positive factor, and this whole is multiplied by pi by 2. This whole is multiplied by pi by 2. So, in case you have n is positive even integer, you have a differentiate the formula is different. In that case the difference is only multiplication by pi by 2. So, this is actually 0 to pi by 2 sine or 0 to pi by 2 dx is equal to n minus 1 go on decreasing by 2 divided by n go on decreasing by 2, and this is multiplied by pi by 2 if n is positive even integer. Otherwise, this is in case n is positive odd integer, right. So, let us try some examples. Calculate or evaluate sine raised to power 9x dx within limit 0 to pi by 2. Let I is equal to 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to power 9x dx. Now, compare with the standard form. Zero to pi by 2 sine raised to power nx dx. Here n is odd positive integer. Therefore, your integration is n minus 1, that is 8, and go on decreasing by 2, 6, 4, 2, divided by n, which is 9, go on decreasing by 2, 7, 5, 3 and 1. And after multiplication you will get 1, 2, 8 upon 3, 1, 5. Right. Now, another example, 0 to pi by 2, evaluate cos 8x dx, cos raised to power 8x dx. Now, again compare with the standard form. Raised to power 8x dx. Compare with the standard form. The integrand is, here n is positive even integer, n is 8 and 8 is positive even integer. So, your answer is n minus 1, 7, 5, 3, 1 divided by n, go on decreasing by 2 and multiply by pi by 2, because here n is positive even integer. Therefore, in this case answer is multiplied by pi by 2. Now, evaluate zero to pi by 6 cos 3x raised to power 5 dx. Right. Now, compare this given integral. Now, compare given integral with the standard form. Standard form is 0 to pi by 2 cos x raised to power n dx. It means this integral is not comparable with the standard form, as the upper limit is not equal to pi by 2, and second difference is here we have theta only here, and in there we have 3 theta or 3x, or here we have angle x. So, first we will change given integral to in standard form. So, first we change the given integral So, let us change the given integral into the standard form. For that, put 3x is equal to t, then differentiate we get 3 dx is equal to dt or dx is equal to 1 by 3 dt, right. Now, limit is from x equal to 0 to x equal to pi by 6. What happen when x is equal to 0? Here x, when x is equal to 0, t also becomes 0, and when x is equal to pi by 6, substitute here pi by 6, find the value of t, you will get t is equal to pi by 2. So, now new form is 0 to pi by 2 cos t raised to power 5 into dx 1 by 3 dt. So, keep 1 by 3 outside, 0 to pi by 2 cos 5t dt, right. Now, this integral is now in the standard form. So, integral of this is 4 2 divided by 5 3 1, right. Since n is 5, which is odd integer, so there we do not need to multiply pi by 2. So, your answer is 8 by 45, right. That's your answer is 8 by 45. Now, next evaluate remaining two zero to pi by 2 sine raised to power mx cos raised to power nx dx. Again, the solution of this integral is depend upon m and n. So, first case, when m and n or when either m or n, either m or n or both are odd integers, are both odd positive integers. So, first case is when either m or n or both are positive odd integers. In that case, is equal to m minus 1, m minus 3 go on decreasing by 2, n minus 1, n minus 3 and so on, again up to the last positive factor upon m plus n upon m plus n m plus n minus 2 and so on, decreasing by 2 up to the last positive factor. Now, this is when you have m odd or n odd or both are odd integers. Now, second case, when both m and n are positive even integers. Second case, when both m and n are positive even integers. In that case, cos x raised to power n dx is equal to m minus 1, m minus 3 and so on up to last positive factor n minus 1, n minus 3 and so on, divided by m plus n, m plus n minus 2, m plus n minus 4 and so on, and this is here again multiply by pi by 2. Now, multiply pi by 2 only when both m and n are positive even integer, right. So, remember this, when both m and n are positive integers, then you have to multiply by pi by 2. Let us recall this again. 0 to pi by 2 is equal to m minus 1 go on decreasing by 2 so long as positive factor multiply by n minus 1 go on decreasing by 2 divided by m plus n go on decreasing by 2 so long as positive factor and right and multiply by pi by 2 if both m and n are positive even integers. So answer is m minus 1 और ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ 2 2 ਕਰਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਾਈਨਸ ਕਰਤੇ ਜਾਓ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਲਾਸਟ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਫੈਕਟਰ ਰਹਿ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਮਲਟੀਪਲਾਈ ਬਾਏ n ਮਾਈਨਸ 1 ਫਿਰ ਉਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ 2 2 ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਮਾਈਨਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਜਾਓ ਲਾਸਟ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਫੈਕਟਰ ਤੱਕ ਡਿਵਾਈਡਡ ਬਾਏ m ਪਲਸ n ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਉਹਦੇ ਚੋਂ 2 2 ਮਾਈਨਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਜਾਓ ਅਪ ਟੂ ਲਾਸਟ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਫੈਕਟਰ ਤੱਕ ਐਂਡ ਮਲਟੀਪਲਾਈ ਦਿਸ result with pi by 2 in case both m and n are positive even integers. Let us try some examples. Evaluate 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to power 5 and cos x raised to power 7 dx. Alright. Now compare it with the standard formula. You will get here m is equal to 5 and n is equal to 7. If you compare this with this standard formula, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੰਪੇਅਰ ਕਰੋ ਇਸ ਸਟੈਂਡਰਡ ਫਾਰਮੂਲੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ m ਦੀ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਮਿਲੇਗੀ 4 ਤੇ n ਦੀ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਮਿਲੇਗੀ 7. ਸੋ answer for this integral is cos x raised to power 7 dx is 5 minus 1, which is 4. 4 2 multiply by 6, 7 minus 1 6, 4 2 divided by 7 plus 5 12 10 8 6 4 2. This 6 4 2 get cancelled with this 6 4 2 and 2 into 4 8. So answer is your 1 upon 120. So integration of this sine raised to power 5x cos raised to cos x raised to power 7 between the limits x is equal to 0 to x is equal to pi by 2 is 1 upon 120. Now next evaluate zero to pi by 2. Lower limit is 0, upper limit is pi by 2. Sine x raised to power 6 cos square x dx. Right. Now again compare this with the standard formula. This you will get m is equal to 6 and n is equal to 2. If you compare the given statement with this standard formula, you will get m is equal to 6 and n is equal to 2. So here we have m is equal to 6 and n is equal to 2, and both m and n are even integers. Both here, both m and n are positive even integers. So ਜਦੋਂ m ਅਤੇ n positive integer ਹੋਣ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ? Let us recall, yes, and multiply by pi by 2 if both m and n are positive integer. So ਇੱਥੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ? ਆਨਸਰ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਦੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮਲਟੀਪਲਾਈ ਕਰ ਦੇਣਾ ਪਾਈ ਬਾਈ 2 ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ m ਤੇ n ਦੋਨੋਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਇੰਟੀਜਰਸ ਈਵਨ ਨੇ. m minus 1 5 ਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ 2 ਘਟਾਉਂਦੇ ਜਾਓ 3 1 2 ਲਾਸਟ ਫੈਕਟਰ ਉਹੀ ਰਹਿ ਗਿਆ ਆਪਣਾ 6 ਤੇ 2 8 ਇਹਨਾਂ ਚੋਂ 2 ਘਟਾਉਂਦੇ ਜਾਓ 6 4 2. राइट। सो आंसर आ गया अपने को क्योंकि m ਅਤੇ n दोनों पॉजिटिव इंटीजर्स ने, ईवन इंटीजर्स ने सॉरी, उस केस च मल्टीप्लाई करो पाई बाय 2 ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤਾਂ आंसर आ गया अपने को 5 पाई